but I've noticed if it's morning, then there are a number of bus circles that do play classic, especially Maina and Kingani.
Yeah.
That is, I think, the most popular.
Patanisho.
Yeah, and Patanisho. Yeah.
Is it because of demand? These media houses.
Again, this is content that people like. People like, because if you're in the mat and you're listening to what Maina and Kingani are discussing, like you just hear guys laughing and reactions of guys. Yeah, that is content that guys. And then I think the rest of the day it's. Yeah. If it's something that you do like. So for radio, we have for Mashinani now, and I think this is because it's an element of internet penetration, affordability of data, which still gives radio its strength at the moment. Yeah. But I think going forward, maybe the next 5 to 10 years, then I think internet will be so normal across the country. Yeah. Guys will be listening to music from wherever they do want.
It shows in the penetration numbers.
Yes. Yeah. So now for radio, the media industry still has a foothold. So you find Akina Radio Maisha, Radio Citizen, which are, I want to say, universal across the country. Yeah. They do have very good listening numbers, and even I think their ad revenues tell the tale. Yeah. Then for urban, I think for this urban session, and I think for us, we are talking with a viewpoint of a young urban youth with access to data, with access to all this.
Exposure and all that.
The question would be, what portion of the total base is actually this urban youth? Because sometimes the perspective that we do have is that because you're in Nairobi, because you're in these urban areas, we assume that this is the norm for everyone else across the country. Yeah. Whereas the media stations, maybe they're looking at the numbers and they're like, you guys are just making a fuss. But Oko kwa ground, they're doing well.
There are no numbers.
Yeah, but that is the thing. For radio, I feel like they can still ring. Is it ring?
Yeah, ring.
When they can still maliza. They can take up advantage of a lot of.
There's still some juice to squeeze.
Yeah. They can still get some revenue from their ad revenues from radio. TV is where now. TV and print, because if you're to look even at the circulation revenues for Nation Media Group, it's been decreasing. I think we discussed this some time back. For us,
we did not.
When we did.
When we mentioned how many times we buy
during the share buyback.
How many times you buy a newspaper?
Kigen. I remember.
Who would buy newspapers? But even personally, I don't. There's never been a time where I'm like, I should buy a newspaper. And I think a good portion of growing corporate leaders
are paying for subscription.
They're paying for subscription for newspapers, but that is it's tapering off very quickly. Yeah. Because I'm sure even this is like in 5 years, I doubt there'll be many. It will just be the government.
Officers.
Who will still maintain buying newspapers.
And the butcheries.
So that circulation revenue, which is from print, is
going down.
Bound
to continue going down.
Yeah, NMG invested in a new printing press in 2015. 2016. Yeah, which they've had to have good to impair it because it's not printing as much as they anticipated. Yeah. So for circulation.
Wait, 2 billion has been impaired in less than.
No, I don't know how much has been. I know not.
Not the whole value.
Not the whole value. Okay. Yeah. Of course, a portion of it has been impaired.
So, if you look at the NMG numbers in terms of revenue streams, digital has been going up consistently.
Yes. Yeah.
And of course, I understand that that's the place where they are going.
Because they have to.
Yeah, it's. Exactly. I mean, their data is showing them that this is the trends in your revenue. This is where you should be investing more of your money and time and resources.
Yeah, and what you termed as me changing goalposts is, I'm saying they have to go to digital. Although, and even that digital space, they have very serious competition.
Even the advertising revenue, I don't know whether it's been. I can't say it's been going up. Because generally all revenue has been coming down. Yeah. Only that advertising revenue overtook circulation revenue as the highest in.
Wait, the digital revenue has been coming up.
The digital, because I'm seeing here it dropped in 2020 from 2019.
No, it's lower than the traditional revenue streams, but it's been rising.
No, that's what I'm telling you. It's lower in 2019 than it was in 2020.
Yeah, and I was looking at that, Kalia, and I was trying to find answers.
Yeah.
And I was just deliberating on this. Let's say I have a company. Let's say I have a monthly budget of 2 million Kenya
and even in
shillings.
2017, it was higher than in 2018.
Yeah,
so it's been the advertising revenue has also been going down.
No, not the ad revenue. I'm talking about revenue from digital.
From digital. Oh, okay, yes. Because it was a new field, so it has to be going up. But anyway,
you know you need to have a solid subscription. So even when you're pitching, you're like, I have this kind of people, that this amount of people who will see your content and the likes because they've subscribed. But then I was just looking at the trends. Let's say I have a business. I have my monthly budget is 2 million shillings for advertising. I'm looking at I have social media platforms for my company. Okay, I'm looking at, should I put this money to advertise at NMG's website, at NMG's TV, or should I take this money? And
should you take this?
Should I take this money and boost ads on Twitter, on Facebook, and on Instagram? I'm like, I'm taking this 2 million, and I'm gonna boost my ads on Twitter with the hashtags. I'm gonna sponsor it on LinkedIn. I'm gonna sponsor it on Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah, and
I'll get more value.
And we're also seeing the emergence of what's it called? Influencers, like a company such as
marketing.
There's a company such as Wowzy.
Called Wowzy.
Yeah, Wowzy. We are not going to talk about how much they do pay per post, which is
what do they do essentially for
so
viewers?
Wowzy basically approaches you if you have a good portion of followers, a decent number of followers. They approach you
from as little as 2K.
They tell you, okay, we want, there's this marketing campaign that we do have. We want you to post a tweet about ABCD. Post it under the hashtag this and this, and we're going to pay you like 50. I saw the last campaign they were charging 50 bob per post. I once got
okay, then 2K is not the minimum number.
I think they've reduced, because for me I once got the offer
where
from Wowzy several months back. And for me I think
influencer
they're offering me, was it 150 bob per post? Was it 150 or 300 bob at the time per post? Which I felt this is, so I deleted the app. But I still do get the messages because they still have my details. But we are seeing the advent of such companies, which I think media companies should have probably taken advantage of and been in the limelight, because already they have big numbers. So instead of using their normal print and
they have contacts and advertise with the companies that come to advertise, so it's just pitching for them.
It would have been, okay, we are going to change how we advertise. That they would have, but now because again they're slow.
That's gold right there.
That's one area. The other thing, just going specific into NMG, an area I felt that there's good opportunity especially with Business Daily. Which they have not started. Do they charge for Business Daily?
I use their
Telegram,
and it's free.
I think that's one area that is very. I would pay for Business Daily. I think most of the people who consume Business Daily information.
Digitally. There's digital and
because I feel like it's free. I don't remember paying for, because it's different. Free. It's different from Nation Africa.
It's free.
Which I know I have a subscription to. I'm among the 70k guys who've paid. So I think Business Daily is a big opportunity.
Because it's very niche.
And the other thing is, I feel like there's opportunity for growth for them to be Africa's go-to site for business news. If you want anything, South Africa, Ghana,
they're already headed there.
That's where I feel like there's a.
They should be the Financial Times of.
Financial Times, the Wall Street Journal.
They have the authenticity.
They have the data. As in, if they do proper investment there, I feel like that is a big opportunity for them, because this is the guys who consume this information are guys who are willing to pay for this information.
And I think that's the overall sentiment. I was also talking to my friends, and I mean, people. Let me not say people. Let me say majority of the people who read Business Daily would pay to read it.
Yes,
I normally pay by buying the newspaper. So
me, I would pay to read it. So I feel like that is. They could be very aggressive in that area and sort of be like the Bloomberg, Wall Street Journal, Financial Times of Africa.
They could even create a terminal just like Bloomberg, because I was talking to a friend of mine who works for Bloomberg, and they say that there's a lot of data gaps, especially in Africa and sub-Saharan Africa.
Yeah.
And so it would be, I mean, they could build a terminal and list the terminal just like Bloomberg does.
I think there's a lot of opportunity there, and they can be aggressive and use. I don't know whether either of you have heard of The Athletic.
No.
The Athletic it's an app. It's a newspaper. It's a news app, but for me, I use it mostly for sports.
Sports news.
Yeah,
okay.
Like
that's where you go to cry. Just loses.
Yeah, so like whatever article, and they do like really, really good, insightful analysis. So it's actually, I think, based in the US, but what they did is they went on a huge poaching like
expedition
campaign. So they poached like the top writers from across the UK who are going to be covering like the English Premier League, Spain, wherever, and then brought them all to one platform, and they now write like really good, because if you compare the quality of articles that is there on The Athletic compared to what you'd find on the normal newspapers, the quality is like different, and they do charge for this content.
And people pay.
I've paid for The Athletic, and I think if a nation can approach such a strategy, I think it would be good, especially for the business space.
You know, I was looking
at the best, get the Ramanyangs of each country and have them on one platform and say, okay, we're going to be paying and we're going to be charging this. I think that's a big opportunity that I see for them, and also in the digital space, because you just pay for the subscription. You have access to good analysis and good insights.
I was looking at the financials. That is NMG. These people have very crazy gross profit margins. Crazy, more than 80%. Now, the biggest expense comes in human resource, like how talented is your team. Talent, you have to pay so much for good talent. So it makes sense. It resonates with what The Athletic, what they did. Wait, do they only have the app as their outlet?
Yeah, they have.
Or do they sell rights?
Digital
broadcasting rights?
No, they don't. It's a publication. It's a publishing company. They don't have any TV. I think they do have a podcast now. They have podcasts as well.
You were asking if they have newspapers, physical?
No. I mean,
like if they have broadcast. You're asking whether they have broadcast? No, they don't have broadcast.
But you see, now I asked that because now if the nation is to, for example, adopt that model, would they have to close which are the offices, Nation Center? Because now
but then they just have to do that. What he's saying, in a niche space, just even the same as sports.
If
they would do that, I think they have Mwana Sporty, right?
Yes.
If they would do that, for KPL and even EPL, if they dissect that, people would pay for that content.
That's why I was saying, especially for their two brands, East African and Business Daily. I feel like Business Daily, they can take that approach and have a platform that is solely for business news across Africa. So you can, if you want Kenya, whatever. And then the good thing, even with The Athletic, you get an option. It's like, which team do you want to have news on? So you just select like
Manchester City.
Whatever team, whatever sport, whatever country. So then you get news or information tailored
like
to what is that. So they can do the same. So East African, it can expand to Africa. And then
even under East Africa, you can pick which country.
Yes.
A lot on Tanzania. It's tailored for you.
So that is one area, one growth area, I think, which
can be a very good strategy.
I can call it a low-hanging fruit. I think because it's digital, it shouldn't be too hard to implement. The biggest issue is on getting the right talent at the right price, which I think they can do. And again, for a digital company in this day and age, people can be correspondents from wherever they are. They don't need to come to to their offices. So for them, I think it's an opportunity for a digital company. I think they should be on the forefront. For a news media company, you should be on the forefront on adopting innovation, and you should not be the company that is having guys apparently working in the office or having guys work in the office in this day and age. So that's what I see as the opportunity. If they do that, then I'll be excited. It would change the trajectory a bit, but focusing on this media, this digitization of your information and getting good quality information, I feel like that's the biggest niche. Advertising, they're going to get a challenge because I think Facebook,
Instagram,
Facebook has I think 12 million users in Kenya.
It has the highest.
And in terms
globally,
in terms of ads, the people who boost ads on Facebook, Instagram, I think this is very difficult. It's a space where the media companies are going to lose out on. I don't know how they will get back.
That's what I was saying.
Because it works even for people who have small businesses. Because for me,
packages. You can promote something with as little as 300 bob on Instagram.
Absolutely. I used to have a DAPA's distribution business, and what I used to do is that I'd have a budget of just 500 bob a week. And I'd boost it on Facebook for 500 bob a week. I can't go to NMG with 500 bob.
Because the watchman would be like,
you see, so like, it has to be in a way that it accommodates almost everyone. If I'm looking at the future outlook of NMG, I'd still, as we said that as of 1st of June, they had 219 subscribers, 70,000 paying. I think I need to see more numbers and more aggression into the digital space. I want to see the podcast. I want to see them diversify it. I want to see more things coming up that I want to be a little more convinced.
Even myself, I think I'm the same because as you've seen, the bell curve with their revenues.
Are you guys already giving a recommendation?
Yeah, we are giving our recommendations now.
Okay.
The bell curve has been going down. Their revenues have been going down. Their earnings have been going down. We've seen a lot of challenges to their main revenue streams. Circulation is going down. Ad revenue is going down. They're facing considerable competition in terms of screen time. People,
not considerable, a lot.
Because I think right now, to be honest, for me, if I'm to watch, the only times I found myself watching local TV content is if I'm watching news. It's usually news, actually. The other things I can find on Facebook, Twitter. So if I want comedy, we saw someone like Njugush having his own platform.
And people paid
to watch. Which is again, this is something probably Njugush initially 5-6 years ago would have had to go to NMG or Standard or Citizen and say, hey, by the way, I have this show. Can I sell it to you guys? Then you can air it. You see, and now so they have to be very aggressive in getting these guys. Akina Crazy Kana, these guys who do short clips that are funny, but take guys if they're able to find a way.
Do you know what? Let me just interrupt you. We are talking about NMG, but I think I have to applaud Royal Media for Viusasa.
Yes.
Viusasa
is
amazing. It's been a while. I think it's been like 3 months I haven't watched, but I really appreciate the fact that you pay 10 bob, 20 bob a day to access content there. You know, that's something that people easily do. You know, just 20 shillings. I mean, many people are convenient paying that. So that kind of stuff really, and then they've made it in a way that they're linking it to their own programs. So there was a big program that Easter loved.
Hey, please do not throw shade at me.
It's called Maria.
Easter has been telling us plot lines in the WhatsApp group. You guys.
So that's
total lies. Do not buy that.
An interesting thing with this is just innovation. Okay, and this I really loved it. The way they tell you that Maria is gonna air at 7 p.m. Okay, on Citizen TV, but then you could watch Maria from 10 a.m. on Viusasa, so that you'd know earlier what happens before other guys. You know, such kind of teasers and the likes. So that innovation has been excellent. I mean, Royal Media with Viusasa, and then advertising is coming in. Like right now, they're saying that inside Viusasa you have jobs. So go apply jobs in Viusasa. So it's not just a place where you're streaming content. There are also other stuff coming in there.
I think that's an approach. And if they're to just do like a market analysis of the popular content that guys have, especially on Instagram, on YouTube, on TikTok, which I think they're the biggest competitor in terms of these videos.
To short videos.
Yeah,
even YouTube has.
It
YouTube
could be short
shorts?
videos. It could be long videos because they are also very popular blogs, vlogs, and YouTube channels that have 1 hour episodes.
Kenya's market.
Yeah, so talking to these content creators and having them on their own platform.
Yeah.
So taking them away from YouTube and saying, okay, we're going, then create your own like the way Citizen has Royal Media Services has come up with Viusasa. Have your own sort of Netflix that has this. So if someone goes and talks to Crazy Kenna and tells him, okay, instead of posting your short clips on TikTok and YouTube,
upload it here.
Why would you go there?
See, you incentivize him with
tell him you're going to do a revenue split there.
Yeah, we're going to be paying you.
Where he is getting 100%.
You don't know.
And even as an additional platform done, like he could still post it on his YouTube, wherever. But see, for Royal Media, they have people who are on Viusasa. Just bring your content, but for this content, we will share the revenue.
Okay, let's say shorter content, post it. Longer content, you can post it for you.
No, whichever. Even the long post, even for us, they could come and say, Market Map, we don't want you guys on YouTube. We want you solely and exclusively
Are you saying
on
that?
our platform.
Are you speaking to someone directly?
No, I'm just saying. I'm just giving them ideas.
Okay.
Then we agree. We say, okay, if we are going to be creating content X number of times a week, we agree how much time we're going to be putting in. This is how much you're going to be paying. So it could be they take us or they take the content creator to their platform, pay them, and then whatever revenues now you get from viewership, from the traffic, from whatever advertising revenue that goes through that, then you agree on a revenue split or something like that.
We are giving out a lot of ideas today.
Yeah, so the whole thing for media companies it's to take this portion of screen time that people are watching a lot, and now taking them away from the platforms that are driving away from you. So bring these guys to your platform and create something that now will bring these eyes and viewership numbers to you. We saw brands such as especially during COVID, and I think this is something that would go on. We have channels such as what's it called? Forgotten, but anyway,
what's it about?
It's at morning. It's almost like a morning radio show. A DJ plays music from the morning, morning drive, but it's on YouTube. So again, have such guys and be like, okay, we'll have you on our platform, and I think that is an opportunity that they do have and could take advantage of and probably help them improve. But for now,
so in short, you're saying there is
hope. There's always strategies that can be done, things that can be done to improve. But for now, for me, until I see these steps being taken, I'm going to say I'm going to recommend
sell.
If you're holding it, if you have it, I guess you can hold it. I won't say sell. But if you haven't bought in yet, I'd be like, don't buy it yet.
Yeah, I mean, if you are holding and you didn't take advantage of the buyback, I don't know whether I would have advised you to have taken advantage of that, but of course it didn't pass. So just hold it. For people who want to hold in the near future, let's look out for a little bit more conviction.
Yeah.
So I've just remembered these people have 7 billion sitting in the retained earnings. NMG.
And they don't have debt.
They don't have debt. So okay, there's not much risk in that business. It all lies on the innovation.
Yeah, now it's for them. It's now how are they going to pivot into the digital space and take advantage, which we've given them some good ideas,
fairly good,
decent ideas to look into.
So my recommendation, if you have some money, buy. Yeah, okay. Buy for the long term, because the dividend policy is not that bad either.
It's very shaky.
They've been consistent, like twice a year for I don't know the last since when.
Okay, last year because
Keegan started by saying they're at the bottom of the bell, sort of. That's what you said, yeah?
Yeah.
This is time to enter.
But no. But the bottomness of the bell, so to speak,
we are not sure if that's the final bottom.
It's dependent on how they will innovate and move forward.
Yeah, because if they don't do anything, then it's going to keep on decreasing. Because again, we've said ad revenue is going down, circulation revenue is going down.
And I'm saying buy because it is affordable. Mm-hmm. And then all this is dependent on the innovativeness of these people, of the management. Mm-hmm. And I'm convinced that these people know that they have something to do. They are to move to digital, and they're making efforts towards. I mean, look at the products they're coming up with. Mm-hmm. So there's the intent to do it. Mm-hmm. So banking on that, buy.
So Easter, you're convinced?
I'm convinced they're working. They're working.
I'm saying until I see these initiatives.
I saw James Smart on having the podcast.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I'm saying I want to see the podcast diversify even more.
It's good to have a podcast, but I want to see how is it going to be commercialized. That's the interesting. If I'm able to see that, okay, here's a clear commercialization plan, then maybe I would have encouragement to buy.
Mm-hmm. But for commercialization of podcasts is just putting the ads in between.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's fairly direct. But
and you have to get numbers for you to start doing that.
Absolutely.
So they're just making entry into this market.
Yes.
They haven't gotten the numbers yet, so they can't start monetizing it enough for you to feel.
No, but the point is, it's good to have a podcast.
The income statement.
But again, remember this discussion we started with content that people want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if they're just having their guys start a podcast, if I have not been listening to TV to these guys, because it's not I prefer there's other content that I prefer elsewhere. Yeah. If these guys are just going to take the same content that they're discussing on TV to the podcast, it's not going to bring any new viewers as such.
Okay.
Which is my point. So if it's podcast, if you're bringing the guys that people are listening to and people want to listen to, if you're able to convince, this
now me, I'm saying diversify that podcast. Okay, have segments in those podcasts: beauty, entertainment, business. I'm saying people are gonna pay for that more.
For a podcast,
just a moment,
you pick one thing and you run with it. You'll have different podcasts.
I mean, this is a media station. This is a media station.
But again, it's the same thing. The same thing we've been discussing about.
You have writers who write for the business side, who write for politics and the likes.
Sports.
Have podcasts for that. But again,
the whole point is try to maximize on exclusivity as much as possible. So the same way we're saying, if you talk to guys and say, okay, for your content, instead of having it on YouTube, we're going to have it here. So even for them, we say, for your content, have it on our platform.
If you look at the trends
on Spotify and the like.
If you look at the trends of revenue, we've seen that digital has been consistently increasing. So that's where they should be focusing on.
And they are focusing.
Now, for me, the Nation paywall was launched in February of 2021. I still need more time, at least to February next year. I want to see it for a whole year, how the numbers have performed and the revenue. A whole year, I'll analyze, and from that, I'll see whether I'm convinced or not.
So we wait till then for you to give your recommendation.
Me, I'm waiting to see.
You have my recommendation now. I'm waiting for a little bit more conviction.
I'm the same. I want to see their initiatives, what they're saying they're going to do, their direction, and then make a decision at that point.
We've gone 2 hours 20 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, YouTube guys don't know this because it will just be a section of NMG. But thank you very much for taking the time. If you've listened to this point, to the end, Pewa Fanta Wop on my bill, to my pay bill number.
Just before we close off, I'm sure most of our listeners are wondering why we haven't mentioned any Q3 results for banks. So our plan is that we are still waiting for other banks who will bring in their Q3 results in this coming week.
So ABSA.
So we are going to put all that together, and be able to break down the numbers for you. So be on the lookout for that on episode 15.
Yes. So thanks for listening. I have been your host, Daniel Kalia. With me, I've had
Easter Fanning
and the man in a short sleeve, Keegan Kiplimo.
Thanks for listening. Have a good week. Ciao.